How to get out of your own way when you are manifesting your desire. Now, you know that whenever there's a delay in a manifestation, the reason is always the application of the law and not the law itself. Even though a lot of people like to blame it on the law works regardless of anything and whether we like it or not. It's not something you can switch on and off. It's not something that works only when you are using it consciously. It's working constantly. And what we are doing here is we are learning and training ourselves to apply it in a way that we manifest experiences that we enjoy. So this is what it's all about. Now, I happened to discover lately from a comment from a viewer that there is a type of resistance that is surprisingly common. And after that comment, I asked my viewers on my channel in a post, and again, surprisingly many confirmed that they do indeed have this sort of resistance problem with their manifestation, which is literally people standing in their own way, that is always the case when there's a problem with your manifestation, but this one in particular is the specific fear of your manifestation actually coming to pass. The reason being that it could create a different problem. So it was something like, if my manifestation comes to pass, what if I can't deal with it? What if I'm not ready or strong enough or whatever have you to deal with it? Or what if it doesn't last? Or what if people judge me for my manifestation? Or what if I lose something else if this manifests? So we are going to identify a couple of problems that go with this, or that actually create this mentality that your manifestation could create a different problem. And I'm also, of course, giving you solution. I'm going to actually give you a perspective so that it shifts in your mind. The application of the law, the solutions, and everything that we do in order to manifest is in our mind. So it's always a shift in perspective. But this one in particular is going to be a shift in perspective. So stay with me if you are dealing with anything like that, and welcome to my channel. My name is Anna and I'm a manifestation coach. On this channel, I teach the law of assumption as told by Neville Goddard, and I tend to keep it simple and practical so that you can take it and apply it to your own manifestations right away. And if you happen to need any additional help with your manifestations, I do offer both one-on-one coaching and class coaching. The link is in the description box below. If you have any question, you are welcome to ask me in the comments. So what happens when you get into this mindset of, oh my God, what if my manifestation actually happens? And then this problem starts. One of the main problems that I see here is, again, going back to Neville Goddard. Your imagination, he says, your wonderful human imagination is God. God knows everything. God knows your mind. Your wonderful human imagination knows how to bring your manifestation to you without creating other problems, without hurting anyone, without hurting you. And it knows exactly how to do it. Now, when we get caught into this mindset of, but what if this, what if that, a lot of times the resistance that people are dealing with is, what if it doesn't happen? Or how is it ever going to happen? This is sort of a different side of it. What if my manifestation happens and then this problem starts? First of all, your God mind knows how to not make it happen. But if you are doing this, what you are doing here is you are bringing your 3D limitations into your imagination, which no one forces you to do. It's probably because of our habits, the habitual way of living, up until we figured out how manifestation works, which is the opposite of what we have learned. So this is something that you need to, a habit that you need to get rid of. You don't need to, and you shouldn't actually bring your 3D limitations with you into your imagination. No one forces you to do that. Your imagination doesn't require you to do that. You can actually, again, going back to Neville Goddard, who always says, go to the end. What does that mean? Here, on one hand, you are imagining the end, and at the same time, you are also imagining problems, which become some sort of an end. When you are imagining your desired end goal, this problem that comes with it shouldn't be part of it. Your end goal, let's say you are manifesting a lot of money and then you are worried that it will bring some problems with it. That's not your desired end goal. I'm not here to tell you what your desired end goal is, but stay with me, please. I always say don't let anyone tell you what you should desire or not, but you'll get this. You'll get what I mean in a moment. Your desired end goal with this money is, or should be, or I'm guessing it is, that you are abundant. You feel happy, you feel free, you feel, and you are in a situation where you can do everything. You can do anything that you want. You live happily. There's no problem in that end goal unless you bring it. And again, this is Neville Goddard saying that you shouldn't bring your 3D limitations into your imaginal acts, because then you create the possibility for it to manifest. So therefore, you are going to start. Again, I'm using a term which I guess is Neville Goddard again. Instead of thinking three-dimensionally, which is focusing on the 3D and your human resources, the how-tos and stuff like that, you're going to think four-dimensionally, which is pure imagination. Pure imagination means disregarding everything that you think could happen in the 3D, or a 3D type of way of living, a 3D type of way, current, that could mimic your current situation. That's what I was trying to say. You leave that out of your imagination every time you go to your end, and you're sort of also conditioning your manifestation like this. It's a type of conditioning that this needs to happen so that I can manifest. Or if I manifest this, I need to pay attention to this other thing. For me, whenever a client comes to me with problems like that, which has happened a few times, for me, it's two different manifestations. For example, one of the comments was, what if I manifest my health and well-being, and then that impacts negatively on my relationship? Then I will lose my relationship because of my manifestation, or I will lose something else. Like, for example, you could manifest money and fear that you could lose friendships, etc. Two different manifestations. First of all, money, relationship, etc., etc. You need to decide here what you want out of that other situation. Now, your desire is manifesting health and well-being for yourself, or whatever you're manifesting, actually. And that other problem, I would ask you, why do you think it's a problem? Is it because that relationship is unstable? Because that has nothing to do with your health manifestation. It's a conditioning. Like, technically, I understand the 3D situation, but technically, from a spiritual perspective, one has nothing to do with the other. It's a situation and then a situation. So you need to decide for yourself, like, what do you want? When I manifest my health, what do I want my relationship to look like? When I manifest my money, what do I want my friendships and my other relationships to look like? So that's it. And then there were questions, not questions, people saying that they are afraid of either getting sick of it, or when the manifestation comes, or not being able to keep it. This fear of not being able to keep a manifestation, you need to realize that you are manifesting it. manifest it to last if that's what you want. And for example, if you're manifesting a relationship, it starts happening, etc., a problem comes up. It's not like your manifestation went wrong and now your relationship is crumbling. It's just that manifestation continues. You probably have some sort of an assumption that comes up telling you that, hey, you have this assumption, you have this problem, get rid of it now so that you don't have to deal with it again later. Because manifestation continues, again, just like I said in the beginning, you are manifesting whether you like it or not, and it doesn't stop just because now you're together with your SP. It continues. Which brings me to the next problem that I see with this, which is something that people really like to ignore. And I'm here to remind you of it, which is the big and important topic of self-concept. Stay with me. For those of you who are new to my channel, if you haven't seen my video on self-concept, I actually have a whole playlist of the self-concept stuff. I'm going to link it in the description box below. It's very important for your manifestation, regardless of what you are manifesting, and you'll see in a moment why. You are manifesting everything through your self-concept, and regardless of what you are manifesting, in reality, you are manifesting your self-concept. Even if it's a pair of shoes, it's self-concept. And you know why? Because you are manifesting a different version of you. You are not, and this is also one of the main differences between the law of assumption and the law of attraction. This channel is about the law of assumption only, just so you know, because that's what worked for me. And this is something that I'm going to make a video about, how I started and how I got here. And it will make sense to you why I'm teaching the way I'm teaching. But when you are manifesting a different situation, example is SP, example is money. In the 3D, we experience it as something coming in, but that's not what is happening from the spiritual perspective, which is where you are manifesting from. From that perspective, you are choosing a version of you that has that thing. You are choosing a version of you who already has the money, is with the person, etc. So you're not manifesting the person, you are manifesting you being different. So when you are being afraid that some other problem is going to come up, or you are not going to be able to deal with your manifestation, people are going to judge you, etc. When you are going to your end, again, going back to what I was saying earlier, when you go to the end, your true desired end, without bringing 3D problems with you into your imagination and your desired end goal, you are a different person there. The problem arises when you bring your current self into your desired end goal, where you sort of should be a different person. That different person knows exactly how to deal with it. That different person knows exactly how to keep their relationship, how to deal with that amount of money, how to deal with people. Or even better, with that version of you, why would people even judge you? Why are you manifesting that? With that version of you, why would your relationship crumble? Maybe it will become even better. You decide what you're imagining. So with this type of resistance, one big problem is that you are bringing both your current version and your 3D limitations into your infinite imagination. The other problem is that you're not paying attention to your self-concept. Well, when I said that you're bringing your current version into your end goal, that's actually self-concept. Self-concept is not just self-love. That's part of your self-concept. You should love and respect yourself, and you should manifest everyone loving and respecting you and being kind to you and all that you want to experience. But your self-concept is also who are you being in that desired end goal. That is also why I always say focus on yourself. It's you. When you're manifesting, you are working with you, on you, against you in this case. But there's no reason to like fight against yourself. Just again, think four-dimensionally, where you don't need to bring any 3D limitations with you. We are too used to live in a physical, limited reality, focusing on it and taking it as facts, fixed, and the only reality. You need to start getting used to the idea that the thought, the fact, actually, when you start manifesting and seeing this happen in front of you, that your mind is limitless. No one forces you to imagine stuff that you don't want to experience. So you need to pay attention and apply the law. Again, just like I said in the beginning of the video, apply the law the way you want to experience it. You don't want to experience a different problem just because manifestation comes. You focus on it, it's going to manifest. Your imagination does that. So just to recap, don't bring 3D limitations into your infinite imagination that has infinite potential and can manifest anything that you impress on your subconscious mind through your imagination, thoughts, etc. Thoughts are part of imagination. And self-concept. Who would you be in that? Who would you want to be in that desired end goal when your manifestation has already happened? I am really guessing that you don't want to be the person who is going to deal with another problem and another problem, not being able to deal with that manifestation, because the person who has that manifestation is happily enjoying it. Not, again, don't bring your current self into your desired happy end goal. And you know what to do. Focus, go to the end. This is purely what it means, go to the end, where the problems are solved, where everything is good. You don't need to figure out how it happens. That's the job of your wonderful human imagination, to finish it with a Neville quote. So once again, I really hope that you got something out of this video, that it helped you shift the perspective and see that you actually don't need see that we are the ones creating our own problems, and then we deal with the problems that we created ourselves, and there's no need for that. So let's not do that collectively. Easier said than done, that's why I'm laughing. I know that a lot of you are going through situations that aren't funny, but it was just my way of saying just let's not have problems. That really easier said than done, but it's doable. So once again, if you have if you need any additional help with your manifestations, I do offer one-on-one coaching and class coaching. The links are the link is in the description box below. It brings you to my booking page where you can choose what type of coaching you want. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And have a beautiful day, and see you in the next video.